the singles continues in the overwhelming my body with volume as the last hurrah continues. The goal for today is to work up to a top single of 630, then see if I can go down to 600 and bang that out for 3 pause reps. So fucking up the CNS, man. Like, I want my body fucking quivering by the time the week is over. You know what I'm saying? So. And we got that look good, feel good buff going on. Shorts, man, the homies brand. Resistance is preferred. I always fuck with these shorts, but the pump cover. And I don't know, like for whatever reason, I kind of like to wear oversized t-shirts, you know, on back day. You know what I mean? You kind of just feel like a beast when you get those clips of you doing back movements with it on, and you can still see the back development. Kind of makes you feel a little bit giddy, you know? So I like that aesthetic when you kind of have the oversize and you can kind of still see the muscle when it starts to hug when you're doing shit like that. So I do have on the oversized, but it's new. Finally came, and I got it extra large, so it fits like it fits if you know controlled intensity, like their shit kind of fits like that, and I love it, man. And it's so fucking comfortable too, even more comfortable than the last one I got. So I am a firm believer in look good, feel good, equates to lift good. So we got that going on. And the boy Ryan, he wasn't here yesterday, but he's here today, and that's all that matters. So we got that power surging throughout the atmosphere right now. And the poop that was haunting the back of the toilet yesterday, it's gone. So all around good vibes today, all around good vibes. And we got on the deadlift bar. I'll probably start getting into the deadlift bar. Or not the deadlift bar, the power bar, the stiff bar. I'll probably start using that more often after this week when we switch to more of a powerlifting oriented program. But yeah, you know, as part of the last hurrah, you know. We use this. Definitely am feeling tired today, as the story always goes on the Tuesdays after, you know, long workout session and then recording and whatnot until like fucking, I think last night or fucking this morning, I should say. That time I was done everything. I got home at about 3:30 a.m. Still had to get in my macros and edit and shit too. So we definitely are tired, but like I said, we got some immaculate vibes going on today. So it's got us feeling ready to overcome the tiredness, and despite it, still feeling hella good. Oh, that was good. Like, put out the thumb, cracked it up. You know, warming up that hook grip, man. But yeah, I know I said it time and time again, but I do feel pretty good. We purposely didn't cut the nails either. That way, as we pull, shit's gonna be digging right in there, man. Like, tearing that skin, getting that pain. Oh. And that is gonna feel good as hell, man. pain can be the best teacher if done accordingly. Actually, I don't need this. It's only 3 reds. Bro, going from the stiff bar to the deadlift bar is just a crazy transition. It makes you realize just like how much easier it is to pull on it, but not just that, just gripping it as well. Like it's so much like tinier. You know what I mean? The one thing I extremely dislike about pulling hook grip, like, yeah, once you chalk up, it is in your hands, and it's not going anywhere. Like me personally, I've experimented with hook and mixed grip, and I feel like hook, once you master it, is definitely the superior grip, but it just takes an absurd amount of chalk to like really get that grip on it with hook to the point where it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like as compared to, you know, like mixed grip, you like don't even have to chalk at all to still have a good grip at that point. You know, but if you really want to get locked in with the hook, it is annoying having to like get an absurd amount of chalk. You know, like mixed grip, I could do that, no problem. That was like slipping out of my hands pulling hook. That's the difference, you know what I mean? But it's not a big deal. You know, it's just kind of a pain, you know, having to use that amount of chalk and then having to basically clean it up. Or not basically, but, you know, kind of play janitor and clean all that shit up, you know? But like I said, it's not a big deal. Now, there are more important things to worry about, such as making Barbella thicker and then making her feel secure by picking her up and putting her in our hands so securely that she has the feeling of that I'm never letting her go. So we don't need to be concerned with petty little problems like cleaning up the chalk after we're done. I'm gonna debate what I want to go up to off of that warm up and then get that on and then, you know, do that. All right, so we're gonna do this. This is 507, and then we're gonna head up to about 550, around that. And then that will be the last warm up before we get into the last warm up, which is the 90%. And then get on that 630. Yeah, it should be fine. That actually felt like fucking astounding. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, that's just shit where the only way I can describe it is by opening up a dictionary and looking up synonyms to the word astounding and only using the most prophetic wording to describe how that felt. So I'm hoping that feeling carries over to the next warm up, then the next warm up, and then the 630. But yeah, that was like the cleanest that 500 range warm up has like ever felt to me. That was good. And you know, the pain is already starting. As you can see, skin's starting to get a little bit raw, a little bit red, which is perfect because, you know, we also have the chalk on there too, so it's drying up. So it's gonna be really easy to just fucking claw into our own flesh. No, I am not a masochist. I do not endorse self-infliction. It's for the sake of lifting. It's a buff. When I feel that pain, it's like adrenaline, you know what I mean? And it helps me lift. I promise I'm okay. I don't do this as an outlet. It helps me lift heavier. I'm good. Got on about 553. Gonna go right into this before we take our little break. And then after our little break, we'll do the 603 because that's the last warm-up I need to do. And 630. And then try to bang out the 600 for 3. Feels good. Feels good. So now what we're gonna do is get on 603, which will be the last warm up. Take a little bit of a break, 3 to 5 minutes, and then get that up. I think regardless of how that feels though, we're still gonna pit on 630. All right, this is where we get into the no funny shit. And we kind of just put in that Bruno Mars and lock in. Focus on what we need to going into not just this lift, but the 630 as well. Legs. Well, I'll take that happening over actually failing. I kind of went into it like having a feeling that it was gonna fall out of my hands. I didn't really feel as grippy on the bar. Yeah, that hurts, but I love it. Oh, shit. Anyways, I know this is classic gym bro logic, but based off of that, I'm still gonna go on the 630, because here's the thing, right? We did not lock in the way that we should have with the grip. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Like off the ground, pulling it, that was not a problem. It was the grip. I could not hold onto it. If I would have held onto it, it would have been treated as a warm-up. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I could do is, and I could do that again, you know, just for the sake of warming up, you know, the grip fully and everything before I get on the 630, but it's 90% of my max. You have to understand, like, yes, it's a warm up, but it's so heavy to the point where if I were to do that again, oh, I am fatiguing the shit out of myself before going into that 630. Or I could go into the 630 and then just really lock in with my grip. And I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to fatigue myself by doing 630, you know, because then doing the warm up again and making sure that we get it, it would be pointless, you know, because I feel like we'd be too fatigued for the 630. And then also, I'm pretty confident myself to lock in and just pick it up, you know, and hold on to it, because I've had this happen before where for whatever reason, I'm just feeling slick, maybe just getting nerves right before the lift, so I'm having some sweat and the chalk just isn't enough to make up for it. So it caused it to slip and we can't hold on to it. Then I've come back to it, really grip on it, and I'm fine. So I'm feeling confident enough to just treat that as a successful warm-up and just put on the 630 and just send it. So we're gonna do that. All right. No funny shit. We need to lock the fuck in. Make it so that we can hold on to this shit. You know what I mean? At first, you don't succeed. Put on more weight and succeed. That was good. That was good. Obviously a little bit slow because it's heavy ass shit, but that was good. Still, I might need to have a week where, well, I got a deload next week, but I was gonna say I might need a week where I kind of just take off from the hook grip and kind of let shit recover. Because even then, it felt like it was slipping a little bit too much for comfort. So definitely gonna have a day where, or not a day, but next week, we're not pulling hook. And I think also, since I did say I wanted to go back down to 600 and bang that out for about 3 reps, we're gonna use straps for that. I think we'll go beltless to make up for the fact that we're pulling with straps. Ah, shit, the legs are hurting bad from that, but that's good. You definitely want to be feeling it in your legs when you're deadlifting. You know, I know people think of it as like, oh, it's a back movement, you should be feeling sore in your back. But that initial push off the ground, even if you're pulling conventional, right? You want to have that cue to push the ground away from you. You don't want it to be like a pull movement where you're strapped in and you're just like pulling it. You want to kind of just treat your arms as nothing more than levers, you know, like nothing more than just units to hold onto the bar, and then just push the ground away from you. You know what I mean? So you should be feeling it in your hamstrings. You should be feeling it in your quads. You should be feeling it in your legs. You know, it helps. You know, like it helps me to think about deadlifts as like a push movement. You know what I mean? A push movement. It's gonna hurt. Come on. That is good shit. I'm really happy with that. 634 top single followed by 600 for 3. I would definitely take that. So the frying the CNS journey continues and continues to be good.